All right, well, it seems an investigation into his conduct as a pathologist by a state medical board hasn't really slowed down Dr. Ryan Cole when it comes to COVID misinformation. Apparently, Dr. Cole signed his name alongside 6 others to a letter written to the Federal Aviation Administration back on December 15th. That letter has made it into a few publications, but was brought to light in Idaho here by Audrey Dutton of the Idaho Capital Sun. It's a 10-page letter addressed to the FAA, the DOJ, the U.S. Department of Transportation, and the CEOs of several airlines. It simply says they are breaking FAA rules by allowing pilots to fly after getting the coronavirus vaccine, that the vaccine could cause adverse side effects, the letter states, like myocarditis, blood clots, or several other unverified claims like brain swelling, brain bleed, and blindness that they say could be caused by the vaccine. And that could cause the pilots to possibly crash the plane, killing all on board. The letter cites FAA guidance that says pilots do not fly should not fly if they take certain medications. And there's a long list of those, including medications which are FDA approved less than 12 months ago. It also claims there is no FDA approved coronavirus vaccine. The Pfizer vaccine was approved for those 16 and older by the FDA back on August 23rd of last year, remember, so that is incorrect. But even before that, the FDA issued guidance that has been in place since the vaccines were first introduced, which says pilots may get the Pfizer, the Moderna, or the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, but they must not fly for 48 hours after each dose to make sure there are no adverse effects. And that rule kind of applies to a lot of the vaccines. If they have adverse effects or showing any of those side effects, they don't fly. So we reached out to Dr. Cole this afternoon to ask how he came to put his signature on this letter. And we were told the lead attorney who wrote it reached out to Dr. Cole and asked for his review from a medical perspective. And Dr. Cole agreed with the arguments, we're told, since he says he has seen studies from around the world showing an increased risk for clotting and other adverse effects or adverse events, and that it can happen long after getting the vaccine, he says. But he admits these events are rare. Dr. Cole tells us he isn't saying pilots shouldn't be vaccinated, just that it needs to be a longer wait period than 2 days, possibly several months, he says. However, the letter claiming there's an increased risk of pilots losing control mid-flight and causing untold devastation after getting a COVID vaccine, well, there doesn't seem to be much support for that. Nor is it true the FDA hasn't approved a vaccine. A follow-up question I had for Dr. Cole about whether he has the same concern for bus drivers or just any drivers in Idaho who have been vaccinated and are driving around, that went unanswered.